Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the rumpled one. Where do I begin? Well, let's just start somewhere. I guess the woman who's slotted to take Eric Holder's place as the U.S. Attorney General has told those in the confirmation hearing that she's basically not going to uphold the law of the land. What I'm referring to is immigration. She's not going to deport people, even though that's what the law says. Even though the law says you have to be in this country legally to be employed in this country legally. She's not going to uphold that law. And you see that, and that's all it should take. She should be disqualified. There shouldn't even, once she said that, it should be game over. But it seems like they're going to somehow try and play politics here, and she might just wind up getting the job. I mean, isn't that enough to make you sick? And I guess there's all kind of rumblings that Russia is ready to go into World War III. I don't know how much I believe that. You know, a lot of times the media just wants to fan flames to direct our attention other places. I mean, here, the great state of Oregon, you know, they're still deciding on whether or not, or what the fine is for that baker who didn't want to bake the cake for the lesbian wedding. I mean, this thing's going to play out real interesting, I think. Now we've got a NFL player who's going to retire at the young age of 24 because he doesn't want to wind up with a bad concussion. Smart move, I think. You just never know. You know, just one bad hit and he could be paralyzed for life. So I guess he's making a smart move. There's just so many things going on in the country. I mean, it just seems like the NSA, no matter what Snowden says, it seems like they're just bigger and badder than we ever imagined. It's just government out of control. And then Congress, Obama, trying to do a end run around the Constitution again and ban certain type of bullets. Then there's another town. I guess what they want to do is, if you wear your pants too low, they want to fine you. I mean, yeah, I think it's ridiculous the way guys wear their pants with the underwear showing. But a fine? I mean, what next? If you wear a hoodie, I guess some places they're going to fine you, throw you in jail. It just seems like everywhere you turn, somebody wants to put somebody in jail for something stupid. I mean, kids, you know, eating their Pop-Tart into the shape of a gun, getting suspended. I mean, it's just, this country has just gone stark raving mad. I saw something, I don't know if it's true or not, but they're saying Hezbollah is no longer on the terrorist list. It's just absolutely nuts. And Hillary and her emails. If this country elects another Clinton or Bush, then we are just a bunch of idiots. That's all I can say. I mean, really, and it's my fault and your fault, because if we can't rally enough of our buddies, our friends, to get out and vote when it really counts, to keep these idiots out of office, then we as citizens are failing our fellow citizens. I mean, it's just that simple. It really is. You know, I kind of go back and forth on this Constitution thing because I see a much bigger picture. Like I said, no piece of paper gives me my rights. It's just that there's a people with bigger guns and they got more people on their side than I have on mine that they can enforce the law that they make, which in this case is the Constitution. But you see, now they want to kind of change it, shred it, use it as toilet paper. But you know, we kind of stand up. But we've been deluded in believing in that piece of paper. Now, I don't mean any disrespect now, because my grandfather, he served in World War I, and my father served in World War II. You know, they fought to protect this country in the Constitution. But I still think that we are deluded into believing in that piece of paper. It's a concept. See, we're all born free. And it's only because we as individuals don't have enough force. I mean, if I was like the Hulk or Iron Man or Superman and you couldn't kill me, then I don't care about the law. I do what I want. You can't stop me. Whether or not the law is just or moral or ethical, it's just that simple. You know, we got places where federal law says you can't have marijuana, but, you know, here in Oregon, you can now grow marijuana. So it's going to be state versus feds. I mean, I guess there's some states, I read that Montana and Arizona, they've put in their state legislature some laws, ordinances, rules, amendments that say that, you know, that they're not going to go along with the feds and some of the things that the feds are doing. I mean, the problem I see is that our government's been bought and paid for, but not by you, not by me. We just really need to clean house. Get new, fresh blood in there. Do away with most of those alphabet soup agencies because the government's just too big. I mean, they want to outlaw body armor for the citizens. I mean, the government's bought millions of rounds of bullets for some of those alphabet soup agencies. But if you buy too many bullets, oh, they're going to be watching you. You know, they've been stocking up on food and supplies. But if you stock up, well, hey, you know what? You might just be a terrorist. Like I said, I didn't know where to start. I don't even know where I'm going to end because it's just so much stuff in the news that's just loony bin. I got a question for you. We need something to rally, that people can rally around. And see, I thought it might be liberty and freedom. But people today in this country, they think, most of them still think they're free. Now, they don't realize that we're not free. I mean, the whole idea of that free speech zone, which is just basically them enacting martial law. They say you can only talk, you got to stand here. You can't come over here. I mean, what happened to the First Amendment? So my question is, again, is what can we the people rally around if it's not freedom, liberty? What is it that's going to get the people, wake the people up and get them energized and motivated that they'll go out and they'll band together and we can be united? What issue? What's on the table? What can we put on the table to make that happen? I don't know. If it's not freedom and liberty. I can't wait to hear the responses, read the replies. Because right now our government at all levels, local, your city and county governments, your state governments, the federal government, and these agencies, they're just doing things that are just crazy. Like that Common Core in schools. The stuff they're teaching our kids. And the taxes that they take from us. And here in Oregon, they're trying out something new where you pay taxes by miles driven. I guess they look at your odometer at the end of the year, or at the beginning of the year, end of the year, and then you pay taxes based on the number of miles that you drove. That's crazy. There's just always some way to take your money. And I mean, my representative DeFazio, I get him on Facebook because he said something about it's nice to see federal funds put to use in the local area. It's like, wait a minute, Peter. Those aren't federal funds. That's my money in the first place. And all these people are clapping for him and thanking him for a good job. And I said, if I were to put a gun to your head and take your money and then maybe buy you a Happy Meal at McDonald's, would I be a hero or would I be a thief? Well, it's the same thing. Those are federal funds. So our tax dollars you're using there, Peter. I mean, buy a vowel, get a clue, people. Like I said, I could just go on because there's just so much stuff. So I think I'll just end it there. In America, my fellow Americans, it is past time to wake up and smell the tyranny.